the pandemic, working from home has become the new normal for millions of people. But some say after 5 months of remote work, they are feeling burned out by having to balance their professional careers and personal lives all together and often in a single space. So joining me right now is Director of Center for Workplace Mental Health, Darcy Gruttadaro, to give us some tips on what we can do to ease the stress that we're all feeling. Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning, and it's great to be here. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Okay, so you know remote work doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. So what are some tips so that people can feel that they're not so overcome by this? Because you know folks are balancing not only their work and their life in one room, but sometimes they're also having to teach their children because of remote learning.
Yes, absolutely. And the first thing to say is that just to normalize that people are feeling stressed, people are feeling anxious. That is not unusual. So if it becomes a major concern, you should definitely consider talking with your organization's EAP or your primary care provider. But while you're home, try to create a routine and a schedule. So set up times when you'll take breaks. When your workplace is also in your home, you have to set healthy boundaries. So decide how long your workday will be, when you will take breaks, how you will fit in time for exercise, how you will fit in time for family and friends and meals, and don't work longer than a typical day because it's tempting to do so, but really resist that. And, the other thing is keep your immune system strong. Eat well, try to get sleep. It's hard to sleep when we're stressed. Also, take your vitamins, hydrate, drink, lots of water. That's important too. Stay informed about what's happening, but don't overconsume news. It's easy to do that and have it running all the time, but try to avoid that if you can.
Darcy, let me ask you this, because I think there was a time in our lives where we thought, oh man, working from home would be so great. That would just be the epitome of dream job. Now we're here and we've been here for months. It's almost like we flipped it and feel like it's such an awful thing. How do we change that thinking in our heads to something that at one time seemed like an amazing opportunity?
I would say do the things you did while you were in the office if you can. Stay connected, network with colleagues, talk with colleagues about ways in which they are keeping things in perspective. Ask others how they are figuring out ways to get through the workday without feeling that burnout, because we can all share ideas. But also try to, take the breaks that you need. People are not taking vacation
Well, how
time,
long should that break be? And we're talking about different ideas of breaks because you just talked about vacation. But if you need to take a little break away from the computer from work, how long should that break be? And then let's get on to the vacation part of it too.
Well, I would say figure out, I want to work an 8-hour day. Okay, if that's true, I also want to take a half hour for lunch. I want to take 20-minute breaks in the morning and afternoon. So schedule your day accordingly so that you have the time you need to take those breaks. So decide how long you want to work for your day and then set your schedule up accordingly.
Okay, and then should you keep a regular vacation schedule? Because I know here a lot of us are trying to plan vacations in advance and it's really hard because we're thinking, well, where are we going to go on this vacation? Is it even worth it?
So true. And what's important is to decide what you need. Everyone should take a break, and that break can be staying close to home, but just taking a couple days. So take that time because that will help your performance and your productivity. You don't have to take the 2 weeks you might have otherwise taken if you feel like that's not right for you, but decide you're going to take a couple of days here and there because you need that to recharge your batteries.
What about the work from home guilt? Because a lot of folks will think, okay, I'm working from home, so I have to show my boss that I'm working even harder to make sure that he or she doesn't think I'm just slacking off because I'm working from home.
Just really don't allow your energy to go to that. Put your energy into performing well, having your productivity stay high, and being a good team member. We can all very easily right now get sucked into worrying about so many things, but compartmentalize and decide, I'm going to really focus on my job. I'm going to focus on doing a good job. And I'm going to focus on being productive and connecting with my coworkers so we can all work together through this difficult time.
But is there a smart way to show that productivity, if you will, to your bosses so that you don't have a fear of being laid off?
Absolutely. Stay connected. Communicate, communicate, communicate. Let your boss know what you're working on, meet your deadlines, ask what the expectations are, make sure you meet those expectations. And if you can't, because you are juggling so much, communicate with your boss and let them know.
All right, Darcy, some good advice. Thank you so much. We do appreciate you getting up and talking to us from home, of course. Take care.
Pleasure.
Stay
Thank
safe.
you.